Okay, Anderson.
Here.
Mitchell.
Here.
Diaz.
Here.
Connors.
What's up?
Kent.
Here.
Valverde.
Here.
Stevens.
Here.
Martinez.
Here.
Perez.
Here.
Montoya.
Here.
Sanchez.
Here.
Cooper.
Here.
Garcia.
Here.
Okay, welcome class to Humanities 401. We've been taking a closer look at obsolete belief systems such as faith. First of all, can anyone define what faith is? Yes.
Something you believe in?
Sure. Anyone else? Ms. Garcia?
Well, it's something not limited to what you see, but what you know to be true.
So, Christian?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Tell me this, Ms. Garcia. What is one thing that strikes you about all beliefs and faiths?
Well, I guess the fact that not all of them can be true.
Okay, but let me just take a wild guess. You believe that yours is.
Yeah, that's exactly what I believe.
And is it not the Christian faith that has been killing people over their beliefs, have been starting wars, who believe, despite scientific fact, that your God caused everything to come into being just by a few words?
Well,
Ms. Garcia, in this class there is no God. Okay? Class, let's go ahead and open up our books, and what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at scientific facts. We're going to take a look at the Big Bang Theory and evolution.
Yes, I know, Mom. It's just really hard to sit through the class while all he does is bash Christians. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it through the rest of the semester. No, I know. Now I'll give it a try. Yes, I talked to Rick. He didn't help. Yes, Mom, I'm eating. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Love you too. Bye.
You know, my mother was the same way. Always worrying about if I had enough to eat. But by the sound of it, you have bigger problems. What's going on?
Everything's fine. Actually, they're not. I don't know. I'm just upset over a class I'm taking, but I don't want to bore you with all that.
Well, no, I'm sure whatever it is, it's enough to really make you upset. Plus, I'm in no hurry. I have all the time in the world. What's bothering you?
Well, I'm taking this humanities class for my general ed, and I don't know. The professor, all he does is just mock Christianity. He has no idea what he's talking about. I mean, I even tried standing up for my faith and defending it, and he humiliated me in front of the entire class. I don't know. The way he says things and the way he presents his arguments, I don't know, it's making me doubt myself, making me doubt my faith, and I'm just starting to question all of it.
You know, in life, many people will come your way and present their cases, and it might seem intelligent at first. But when you really look at what they're saying, when you really listen to it, you'll realize that they're nothing but just words meant to deceive people. Mary, you should hold on to your faith. Hold on to God.
You know what? You're right. Hey, I know I know this is a little weird, because I don't know you. But would you come to class with me tomorrow? Just in case I get humiliated again?
I'd love to.
Okay, class. Hey, today we have kind of a special thing. We have a guest of Ms. Garcia. I want to welcome you to our class today and invite you to join into our open discussion today. Okay, so the last few weeks, we've been talking about Darwinism, evolution, and faith, okay? So my question to you guys now today is, why do people of faith, such as the creationists, Christians, why do they continue to believe the things that they believe, despite numerous scientific facts to the contrary? Anyone?
Well, because science is so much more intimidating and harder to understand, I guess faith is just the easy way out.
All right. Anyone else? Yes.
Because people are more prone to live in the past, and science is a present day thing that I guess would just cause them to give up on their history.
Well, good answer. Why would you think, sir?
People seek deeper truths left out by science and logic. That's where faith comes in.
So, just get this straight. You see faith as the enemy of science.
No, but mainly because what passes for science in one generation often changes in another.
But sir, science doesn't change.
Well, sure it does. 500 years ago, everyone was sure that the world was flat and that leeches were the best form of medicine.
But sir, that was a long time ago.
Well, 50 years ago, some scientists were saying we'd all be in flying cars by now. The founder of IBM predicted that there would never be a need for more than 5 computers in the entire world.
Yes, we've advanced quite a bit since then.
Well, even today...
Well, hold it there, sir. I want to make sure everybody in the class can understand. Could you stand up and share with the group?
Sure. Even today, scientists can't figure out how gravity works, or how some fish can migrate thousands of miles back to the exact same place where they were born.
Well, sir, I have faith that those questions will be eventually answered by science.
You have faith?
I have confidence in science, and that is better than blind faith. In the same science that put away the Adam and Eve myth.
Right. And gave you the Big Bang Theory? It's not the one you subscribe to?
Parts of it, as all educated people do.
Which parts?
One big explosion, all matter formed, all energy, everything coming together in one moment.
Well, what caused it?
That's a good question. Nobody knows for sure.
How about, in the beginning, there was darkness. And God said, let there be light. And there was light.
That is a faith statement, sir. It's not based on scientific fact.
Well, what takes more faith? To believe that everything happened for no reason or cause? Or that something or someone made it happen?
Is this talking about intelligent design?
It doesn't take much faith to realize just how well designed everything really is. Take your own bodies, for example. Do you know that scientists can't figure out why the human body sleeps? Or how it rests the mind and body?
Your point being?
Well, the point being, if scientists can't explain the most common needs of man, how can it hope to explain the spiritual ones?
You, sir, obviously have no respect for science.
I love science. I think it's an amazing opportunity to realize the magnitude of God's creation. But what's perplexing is that people choose to admire the creation and not the creator. It's like kids trying to convince themselves there's no such thing as parents.
So, sir, you want people to have to choose between secular science and religious faith?
Anyone. Name a famous scientist.
Isaac Newton?
Albert Einstein.
Now, what did these two men have in common?
They were both geniuses.
What else? They both held a strong belief in God. Isaac Newton studied the Bible every day. He once said that gravity can explain the motions of the planet, but it cannot explain who set the planets in motion. Albert Einstein was so convinced that the universe was so eloquently put together that there had to be a supreme intelligence behind it. God governs all things and knows all that is or can be done.
Well, let's put science aside for a moment. How do you justify that more wars have been started over religion than anything else?
Well, that's not true.
Well, I think it is.
Well, tell me this. In all of recorded history, what century would you say held the most non-believers?
Well, based on population, I would say the last one.
Right. Between communism, atheism, fascism, the 20th century held more people separated from God than any other. You agree with that?
Agreed.
So it's no coincidence that when people had gotten as far away from God as they possibly could, we saw some of the bloodiest wars of all time.
Well, there's always been wars. I don't know if I would quite agree that those were the bloodiest.
They were. The Russian and Chinese Revolution, Korea, Vietnam, World Wars I and II, the Middle East. That was nearly 200 million people dead, and had nothing to do with religion.
What about the terrorists? I mean, they all claimed that God was on their side.
Wars are fought for greed, hatred, power, sometimes to defend the oppressed. But believe me, there's nothing more heartbreaking to God than people killing in His name.
Okay, sir. Well, how would you answer the question regarding freedom of choice?
How do you mean?
Freedom from God. Freedom for people to act as they see fit.
Right. Freedom to be selfish. Freedom to cause atrocities, to cause chaos. Freedom to deny the truth.
You know what, though? If we remove your God from the equation, then there is no standard truth. There's no recurring theme of right and wrong. And people are left to make their own decisions of what they think is right, and there's no false guilt.
Does anyone here consider that a good thing?
No, I don't.
I believe that means the class is over.
Yeah. All right, class. Just read chapter 7 in textbooks, and we'll discuss it some more tomorrow in class.
Thanks for having me, Tom.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much.
For what?
Everything. For coming to class with me and just being there.
Always.
You know, I've given it a lot of thought, and I think I'm going to drop the class first thing tomorrow morning.
Mary, whatever you decide to do it in love. Until next time.
Hey, Rick. Sorry I had to use your car. Mom took mine. Hey, you know what? I think there's something wrong with it. It keeps making noises. Yeah. You know what? I met someone today that really changed my life. I guess you can say he was a stranger.
Deep inside is a place I know in my mind that I've been before. you, but